Hello and welcome to episode 70 of the GameTrain podcast. I'm Callan Davison here. Alongside me is Carl Delirical Smith. We are live from PAX with super special guest, Mrs LLante.
Well, hi.
Super. I never get super.
Super, no, because you're no fun, Carl.
Wow.
Wow. So, just a little note quickly. This is the first time we've had more than 2 people at once on the podcast.
Holy
ever.
shit.
Wow. Is it?
Yes.
Go us.
Oh my God! So welcome along,
Moving
Mrs.
up in the
LaLante.
world.
I know, because it's normally me, you, me, and it's someone. Anyway, let's roll into this. So we are at PAX 2019 here in sunny Melbourne at the moment.
I'm sorry. Did you just say this is your first threesome?
Oh my goodness.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Dad, just skip over that bit, please.
Vanilla podcast normally.
Yep.
Hi, Dad.
We are at the Audio Technica booth here. They've been generous enough to let us record this podcast here, so special thanks to them.
Woo!
Ooh.
And yeah, PAX 2019. Somehow Carl and I are still standing. We don't know how this is actually possible because this is technically our 6th day now, Carl.
Non-stop.
Non-stop.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
You guys have been fucking cancer all weekend.
Yeah. Oh, right up in there.
Yep, right up in there. So let's get to you first, Mrs. LaLante.
Oh, me first. Ooh.
Last year you broke your PAX cherry.
I did. My convention cherry.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yes. Remember, it was your advice. Because I said if I had to go to one con, because I'd never been to any, what would it be? And you said PAX.
Oh yeah. Same answer still.
I flew my little ass down here last year and had my first ever PAX experience.
Yes.
And now this year I've got some fancy content creator pass.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
upgrade. Hello.
And, yeah.
How good is PAX, right?
It's great. It's great. But being on the other side, holy shit, it's busy.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. So we last year on the podcast we went through what it was like for your first PAX.
Yes.
How's your second PAX been different to your first PAX?
Now that you're a pro.
Yeah. Now that I'm a PAX veteran.
Oh yeah. Feeling.
A lot more schmoozing.
Mm.
There's so much more schmoozing and meetings and. To be honest, everyone's like, what are you excited for? Do you want to see Doom? Do you want to see this? And I was like, fuck it, I just want to see my friends.
Yeah.
There was a very heartfelt Tilful reunion when Cal picked me up from the airport. There was many hugs to be had, and I got to meet Cal for the first time. So
Oh,
that
yes.
was great.
The no fun guy.
I am part of the podcast from time
You do
to time.
exist.
We'll get to you in a second. So.
Wait.
And yeah, just seeing all the people here. I think that's what I like about the nerd and geek culture and what PAX Australia is. It's really a meeting place for all those people you meet on the internet to get together and hang out and do all of the awesome things in person together. And I think that's the heart and soul of this, isn't it?
Yeah,
yes, there's video games, yes, there's tabletop games, yes, we're all hyped for releases, but at the heart of it, we just want to meet each other. All the socially awkward people behind a computer screen, meeting each other for the first time and just making awesome personal connections. So, yeah, I'm feeling so sad that I have to go home tomorrow.
Right.
And it's going to be a year before I see any of you again. It's killing me. I woke up this morning feeling very, very sad about that.
I'll leave the sad for tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. And now over to you, Carl. So just like Mrs. L here, this is your second PAX. You came 2 years ago here with me.
Yeah, is this my second PAX?
This is your second PAX as well.
Baby.
How has this year been different to your first time?
My first time was a le shit fight. It was insane because we were interviewing and talking to devs and running around to meetings and playing game after game and lining up and having a guy with a camera and posing and making announcements all day and finding the right shots. This time we're just walking around, besides the schmooze criminal stuff, we're just doing
I didn't say anything criminal was happening.
Yeah, that's why nothing. But this time it's been I've touched 2 games.
Oh, me
in
too.
6 days, and it's been the best. It's been amazing.
Wait, aren't you a video game podcaster, sir?
Yes, I am. And a terrible one, it sounds like on paper. But, down there with the Generosity stage at the Wombat stage and just running around with all those guys and actually getting to see so many more panels than I've ever seen because, we're already down there. It's, the panel culture in itself is this whole, beautiful thing where chaos happens, but it's all positivity and it's
Yeah.
magic. So that's been really fun.
Yeah, you've been amazing in all the panels I've been in, so
Thank you.
very skilled.
Bit random.
It has been a bit random. So I'm at the PAX 4 now.
Is this your fourth
This
PAX?
is my fourth one now.
Oh my goodness. Well, you are a Melbourne boy, so it better be.
I am a Melbourne boy, but I'll tell you what now, all four have been vastly different in the way everything that has happened. So,
Has Dad come with you anytime?
no.
Dad, get down here.
Dad, please.
Down here, Dad.
I want to meet Dad.
Well, yeah, he would sit there in the crowd and troll me in some way, because that's what he does. But,
Oh, hey.
yeah, hey.
That's a different conversation.
Yeah. So, yeah, you know, I'll just go for a quick recap. Year one, I had a one-day Saturday pass, came here with my cousin. We didn't have a good time. The end. I've gone through that story many a times on the podcast.
Nice.
Year two was with Carl and Twan, where, as Carl mentioned, we were just running around filming cosplayers, games, and boom. And now year three was, I think, a very social experience for me, where I came in and you weren't here. I was here on my own. But
I was here.
I was never on my own because of the people. The people I'd been meeting leading up to there, and meeting new people and hanging out, having fun, laughs and all that. So even though I was here by myself, it was very social for me. I could walk 5 minutes, boom, bump into someone, hang out with them for an hour, and so on and so forth for the whole thing.
Yeah.
This time, it's been different again. As I've been promoting, for a while, I had a panel approved for at PAX this year, which was a huge thing. Like
Massive.
To get that approved was incredible. The organisation leading up to this with the four Sega guys, Tim, Nick, and Sin Space's Brian Costello, or Costello Brian, depending on what way I want to say it. Because it's okay. We'll just roll with it. I'm sorry, Brian, if you listen to this again. The build-up with that, plus all the generosity stuff going on, was, I'm not even going to lie, was just this stress ball in my back.
And that was your first panel too, yeah?
That was my first hosted panel. I'd been on the AGPN Party Mode panel last year, which was hosted by Cruisy Mate. And yeah, so it was just the build up to it, trying to find time to do things, and then I was putting off planning the thing over and over again. I'd sit down to plan it, and then I'd look over and go, "Ooh, let's play some Final Fantasy 14 at home." or I'd be like, "All right, Carl, I'm going home now to plan this panel." And then Yug was doing magic tricks. I'm like, "Fuck the panel, there's Yug on with it."
Yeah, I'm going to watch this for a bit.
Yeah.
Be fine.
Yeah, an hour or two later, I'm just like, uh-oh. Anyway, so eventually I got the thing organised. We had dramas in the morning, or that night, my printer wasn't working, came in. The enforcers, oh my gosh, those people are lifesavers.
Thank you very much.
Phone Hammer, if you happen to listen to this, sir, thank you for saving my ass that morning by printing out my document for me. Thank you so much. But yes, so it came to panel time, the organisation. We were all bouncing around in the morning, and we're just like, oh my gosh, and sort of building up to the moment, and we're just sort of winging it and go.
Yeah.
And then it comes showtime, and there is no stopping it at that point. You just roll with it, and just go with anything that happens. I did make a couple of mistakes, I admit that. Again, Brian, I'm sorry. And I missed a question in my my note production, which was preparation, which was my own fault. But I'll tell you what, those four gentlemen saved my ass and just carried it through.
That panel was fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was.
It was, yeah, I can't even, I wasn't really, keen on it, but you were like, I want to help. You want me to help? I'll be there and help you out, mate. But it was such a heartfelt, nostalgic
wasn't it?
one.
Oh my
We were walking out in tears and just going, what just happened?
But yeah, you did a fucking amazing job. So props to you, Cal.
Yeah, mad props.
Thank you.
That was really cool.
And yeah, we're talking about the emotional side of it. Tim Gadler was asked a question by, I haven't met Retro yet, Mrs LLante has, but it was questions from the audience time, and Retro broke Tim. Yep.
That he did.
But
In the most beautiful of ways.
it was the most beautiful of ways, and it was almost like the moment of the entire panel.
Oh yeah.
Even though the history of the Sega guys and the Hotline, it was all cool stories. It was one of those moments that you could never. It's not like
You gotta tell our listeners how exactly he broke him. Like what he was saying. It was pretty magic.
Yeah.
It was. Tim's been through a lot in his life. He was in hospital a lot when he was a child. He has diabetes, and he started.
So Retro's question was, what is your most valuable piece in your collection? Like
Yes.
your most cherished item in your collection?
From back in the day.
From back in the day, yeah.
And it was the letters that he sent to Judy. Thank you. Sorry. I was thinking for a second. It was the letters he sent to Judy, who was the first contact he had with anything sort of Sega related. And that helped him land a job at Sega, and it just flowed from there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the man was so thankful, and it was
beautiful.
it was a really, really nice
I got
moment.
misty.
There was smoke in the room or something.
Yeah, there
It
was
was.
something wrong. My eyes just...
I
wasn't crying, you were crying.
started
I don't-
leaking.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a tear.
And he gave Retro this little Sonic keyring for the best question.
Yeah.
Yes, which there is only 5 of left.
Yes.
Including his.
And then afterwards, he gave me one. Oh my gosh! How does he keep doing this to me? He's killing me, man. Every
Getting a bit misty here.
Oh,
Wow. That's fine.
he gave me one of these as well to say thank you for all the effort I put in.
It was awesome. Like bringing them together, and I think they for those who maybe have missed the last few podcasts, we're talking about the Sega Masters who were part of the Hotline back in 1992.
Yes,
Instead of
yes.
looking up guides or cheats on the internet back then, you had to call these 4 dudes.
Yeah, which
They
is
would just talk
amazing.
about that, yeah.
Yeah, and if you weren't at the panel and you want to check it out, it is going to be on twitch.tv/PAX3.
Yes.
I'm
And
sure there'll be clips and highlights of that.
And we also have an audio recording of the panel as well, which we're going to release as on the platform with the Sega Masters.
So right where you
there you
clicked
go,
on this
friends.
one,
Yep.
scroll down just the one under it.
Yes, and it will be there. And if you want to have a listen to this
You
amazing
get to
panel,
69, you went too far.
Oh.
Yes. So that was pretty amazing.
It was. That was really, I was like legit impressed just standing there going, that's my man, that's my boy up there. Everybody look.
You're a proud
good.
boy.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you, Carl, thanks. But no, thank you for you two for your help that you gave me with that, because I was probably a bit of a mess before and after. But it's cool. So
Oh, you haven't actually talked about all the generosity stuff you've done beforehand, and that infamous
Baby shark, do 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 do.
actually, Mrs L, if you happen to look back in our collection and listen to episode 69, you'll hear all our talk about that there.
excellent.
Unfortunately, you didn't join us for the 69
I was not
episode.
invited. How rude.
I know. I mean, it was on brand and everything, but
I know.
at least you did before and after.
Yeah.
But
well,
we
I wanted to mention that again.
we need to get the audio for that and drop that down for that episode so that people can listen and see the live stream at the time.
Yes, and can we just get the clip of this once we're done of LaLante's Baby Shark performance right now?
Oh my
I think that's
gosh.
going to be my ringtone.
Let's remix that into something.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Also last night, I was a part of another panel as well, AGPN Party Mode.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
So this has been going for a couple of years now, set up by the AGPN, which is the Australasian Gaming Podcast Network.
Nailed it.
Thank you. Just rolling these ones off the tongue today. I don't know how I'm still actually speaking. But, so it was the 3rd year of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was fun.
Yeah,
It was
it's always
fun.
lots of fun.
I understand.
I heard something about rock, paper, scissors. I didn't get to see it. I was
Oh,
telling
what
Well-
the shit was with that?
I'm cutting this bit out of the podcast because I edit these, so we can just cut and edit around all this bit, and we can just move right on. It came to the spot in the show that we had. The show was 4 teams of podcasters playing games against each other, and then the 2 champion teams go off in the Nidhogg Challenge at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Leading into that final Nidhogg game, actually a few teams were tied on points, right? So I was like, oh, what's going to happen here? And Cruzy, on the spot was like, we're going to do rock, paper, scissors. And oh dear, wasn't I in a delusional state that time? I'd hit that point, like I'd been just going in waves, right, in terms of tiredness, height. I don't know where I was at that stage. And I was up there on the stage, there's all the bright lights, and I'm like, Callan, you're doing rock, paper, scissors. I'm like, yeah, I got this. And I just kept missing the cue over and over and over. I won the first round, but then I had to have a second round against someone, and because I kept stuffing up again, I was disqualified. And I had my team knocked out.
Oh.
You know what I think?
Jams.
I think now we can make something canon that when you're so tired, like you're exhausted, you can do a Callan.
Do a Callan.
Do a Callan.
Wow.
When you're just so tired, you do a Callan and forget how to play rock, paper, scissors.
Yep. That's what it rolled down to. But a special
I'm so Callan right now.
I've done so many Callans today. Wait, that doesn't.
Oh, that's real bad.
Wow.
A special thanks to Jack Cruz for organising that panel last night. There was a few hiccups along the way, but at the end of the day, you just got to roll with it. And it's tough. It's tough. I fully felt for him last night because stress and all that. But hey, hopefully we bring back AGPN Party Mode back again next year and smash it out the park because it needs a redemption story.
You need to win something for us.
Yeah. But the best thing for AGPN Party Mode as well is the dev games, the indie games that you get to play. That was pretty cool.
Fork Knife was one.
Fork Knight? Fork Knife.
Fork Knife.
Fork Knife. Yeah, that was a really good game. I'm going to pick that up myself.
That looked like a lot of fun, actually. I was like sort of jousting with forks, and you're dodging cutlery and fruit and food in the background.
Frying pans.
There's a lot going on there. I was like sort of watching it, and I was like, I don't actually understand what's happening, but I would like to play this one day. Yeah.
I didn't see it, so I'm currently trying to picture it, and what's in my head is a gross mess.
Yeah, it's great. It's actually in the indie section.
Oh.
Yes.
Speaking
Speaking of other indie games we checked out one yesterday, Fall Guys.
Fall Guys.
Oh my gosh.
10 out of 10.
Semi Deej was like, hey, come check out this game called Fall Guys. And I'm like, Fall Guys?
I thought it was Four Guys too. Like F-O-U-R, guys.
It's funny enough, there's a pizza place in America called like Four Guys or something. I was like, there's a pizza guy? Okay then. And it's like Fall Guys. And I was
like F-A-L-L.
Yeah, and we got there and we're like, okay. So here, you take the reins on this one.
Yeah, so it's it's in the battle royale style where you have your 99 players and you get knocked out a bit like Tetris 99.
Thank you.
It's Takeshi's Castle basically. You're playing like these Mario Party style mini games, but with 99 other people. You've got walls moving towards you, and you've got to try and find your way through the smoke to get through the wall pieces to avoid getting hit off the edge. There's a very traditional Takeshi's Castle one where you there's all the doors, and some of them you can break through, and some of them are solid.
Oh, okay.
So you got to get through
that. A little bit of luck.
Yeah, a little bit of luck there. There's one where you have to steal tails. And Cal thought he was being super sneaky by hiding in the shadows and clipping the wall.
So I did the thing where in PUBG I hide in the bathroom with a shotgun and wait.
Oh, that guy.
It was like that, but in Fall Guys. And please continue.
Yeah, he got his tail stolen and he got eliminated, unfortunately.
So it was like that moment. It was like, I just hide in this bathroom, and then someone else with even a better shotgun kicks the door in and kills you instantly. And you're like, oh, that was cool.
It was a good idea at a strat, but no dice.
Yeah, it didn't work. So I don't recommend that strategy for anyone.
Don't recommend it. But I do 100% recommend that game. It is a great game.
Yes, it's in pre-alpha.
It's Devolver Digital.
It is Devolver Digital, and it's in
Legends.
It's in pre-alpha at the moment. So, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Did anyone else actually play a game?
I played Quantum Suicide.
Yes.
What is that?
oh my gosh. Oh, are you listening to this?
Yeah, so Quantum Suicide is a visual novel. So the first thing that caught my attention is a single dev game. And
nice.
She is fucking amazing.
Yeah?
She's down there in full cosplay of her characters that she's created. So it's very Danganronpa.
Okay.
Yeah. So and a little bit Resident Evil with the AI going nuts.
Okay.
So you're on a spaceship, and the AI gets a virus and gets corrupted, and decides the only way to survive is to start murdering people.
Right.
Because humans are the bane of existence,
Of
right?
Yep. I agree.
So you have to every week. I think they have these like the death games or something. The
Yeah.
deadly games.
Like, is it like the Hunger Games?
Yeah. So you've got to do a challenge during the week, and if you fail, you die.
Right. Of course.
So yeah, they have a little demo up. It's going to be released early next year, I believe.
Oh, wow.
And it's in Japanese and English. So she's done it in a real anime JRPG style.
Yeah, it's nice.
And it's beautiful. And from what I got to play with it, the little demo was just like it was all going along fine, and then all of a sudden,
What a
murdered.
Yeah.
What a twist.
But I will be getting that one.
Nice.
I am super excited for
Seems
it.
like it has that Doki Doki Literature Club vibe.
Yeah,
I-
very doki doki.
I will also be getting the game.
Oh, nice.
Yep, straight away. What about... sorry. So, Carl, what else did you play, sir?
Hello. Nothing super crazy and creative like that. Just regular old Doom Eternal, which was really fun. I got to do that this morning.
Oh, nice.
But it was really super silky smooth. I really love how they've even gone more ham with the arcadey stuff, collecting extra lives and
I have heard that.
having like weaknesses on bad guys, and it's almost its own. Sorry to do this, kind of rock paper scissors thing with enemies, and this one is weak to that, but it's not, that kind of thing. But which I'm used to in RPGs and spell games and such. But yeah, but never in such a fast, violent, hellish game. But you're kind of doing it really quickly in your head, and there's a lot more movement, sort of capabilities, double jumping and running on walls or clawing them, and double dashing in the air.
Nice.
It was so smooth, which it seemed to be a bit of a detriment situation for the next game, which I got to try Avengers after that, which I've been very curious about because
Oh.
Oh, yes.
not excited about. Like, some games you're just like, yes, this is the one. This is more like, I'm not sure about you, so I need to feel what it feels like in my hands. I wish I hadn't.
And what did it feel like in your hands, Carl?
Nasty.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Well, after playing Doom, which was like buttery smooth, and then jumping on this, I don't know if it was like just my PlayStation or something, but man, the frame rate was really disappointing, unfortunately. It was like 30 max, and it was like in and out of like 25s, and it looked kind of nice, but the slideshow in front of me was just baffling me. And maybe it was because I got straight from Doom.
Maybe, yeah.
Because Doom was like ridiculous. There was things going on everywhere, explosions, moving platforms, and like aliens doing all kinds of things, and shooting and jumping, and all of it was like not a blip, always 60 minimum, and I think more because I think there were some pretty crazy computers in there doing some things. But,
Yeah.
yeah, it just felt a bit generic after all the fun things I got to do in Doom.
Yeah, like I also had a go, and I'm playing it, and I'm like, there was a lot of quick time events, which is okay, but I'm like, I'm the Hulk. Why am I doing quick time events kind of thing, or why, Iron Man? Like, it just felt, there was just something slightly off about it, and it felt God of War-ish with a touch of Dark Souls on the combat, like the tiniest drop, with a bit of Arkham thrown into the mix, but it just didn't blend.
Which sounds like the best game in the world
It just
on paper.
it didn't blend that great as well. And I was looking at the graphics as well real quick. We're pretty close to the TV, but it didn't look that nice. And then I'm like, oh, maybe it's the TV. And I looked down and it was a Sony TV, so they all had Sony stuff there. I'm like,
On a Pro as well.
and Sony TVs are awesome. I had one, and great picture and all that. I was like, okay, it must be the game then. So, yeah, that was a little disappointing.
See,
But
when the gameplay variety is better in a single Doom basic game of one man shooting monsters compared to a game where you can play all the different Avengers,
Yes.
and that has less variety in gameplay, like that's weird to me.
Yeah, and also the other one I got to play on the first day we got here on the Friday was the Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, nice.
Dun, 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 dun.
Thank you for my chorus of angels here. Yeah, it looks great. I love the gameplay and the battle system. It was on that not turn-based, but not Final Fantasy 15 style of combat, which was sort of more fluid, I guess. And
Yep.
it felt really, really nice. But what sold me on it was not the voice acting. It was all in Japanese, but that's cool. It was the music. The music hit me immediately.
Nice.
And it's not just the old music sitting there. It is the old music, the old melodies, the tunes, but then it's got so much more added to it and so much more depth to the sound. And it sounded incredible, and I can't wait to hear all my favorite tunes in the final version because
Awesome.
it will be just spine-tingling stuff for me, and I'm very excited for that now.
Wow.
Oh, wicked.
The
Yeah.
music in 14 is just phenomenal. I could listen to that all day.
How good is the Ishgard music?
Yeah.
Oh, like that. The theme through Heaven's Ward is just
Beautiful.
wait.
How good is turning off the Chocobo music? Yes.
Yes,
I found out how to do that, and
yeah.
it didn't interrupt the beautiful scores. Every time I went to a new part in the world, I'm like, oh, listen to this beautiful score. I just got to get to this place real quick. I'm like, no. I was in the middle of something.
What a great life hack! I was
We
like
need
so
to-
thankful.
We need to
Welcome.
buy you an actual mount with actual music track to it.
Yes. Yeah. That'd be fun.
Oh, that's right, because you've only got your chocobo running around at the moment. Yeah, right.
Look at my mounts. My mounts are amazing.
But it's Smoke. I love Smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's my best boy.
yeah, he is your best boy. So yeah, that was pretty much what we played at PAX this year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And of course, we've been also doing a lot of stuff with Generosity down there again, which we went through a lot of with episode 69. We're still flowing with that show at the moment, and it's kicking some serious ass. It is now over $30,000 raised.
Fuck yeah.
Incredible. They were projected 5 or 10,000.
Yep.
And they just obliterated that. And it's still all day to go still, you know, like.
All you listeners out there, thank you very much.
Oh, everyone that has donated out there that does listeners, thank you so much. Everyone appreciates it on our end.
Thank me too.
Oh, and you, Carl. Oh, and you, Mrs L. Yes,
Yeah.
of course. We've all chipped in different ways. But would you guys like to roll towards the end of the show right now into our lame love and hype trains?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, as always, let's kick off with that lame train.
Lame train. I mean, obviously, we touched on this earlier, but the lame train is that this is the last day.
Yes.
This is our last chance to like do everything, and now all of a sudden, it's like you suddenly need to meet everyone and do everything, and instead of doing it all with the days prior, where you think it's gonna last forever. And yeah, that's the lame train. Is that after tonight we wake up and just go to regular old world again?
Yeah, I don't want to go home. Like, I want to go home to my wife and kids. I miss you all very much. 100%. But I am incredibly sad. Especially that it closes at 6.
I
That's my
know.
biggest lane train. Like, please at least leave tabletop open till 11 next year, please.
Yeah.
But I know people want to go home and they got flights. So I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. That's an
I
unreasonable
refuse to
request.
understand.
But yeah, 100% my lame train too is that today is the last day and that I will fly home and not see you again for another year.
Unless I'm up in Brisbane, then I'll be like, hello.
Hey.
Looks like I might be up in Brisbane in a couple of weeks, so hey.
Maybe we can do something.
You live in Brisbane, don't you?
I did. I now live at Palm Beach, the beautiful, beautiful Palm Beach.
You're still close enough.
Yeah,
I can't believe I had to travel to Melbourne to meet you.
I know, right? That's what PAX does.
It does,
PAX
it
is that
does.
good that we live next door to each other,
Yep.
and we fly to PAX to meet.
Yeah. What about your lame train?
Oh, I've got a couple, but the one that's gotten to me right now is the people next door going berserk again.
Yeah, I like that.
Audio Technica right now has been fantastic. They are monitoring the levels. They are keeping this all in check. out my right ear, I can hear them just going berserk. And you know what? I said this on our first PAX podcast. It drives me mental, and it's happening again right now. And I thought I was going to avoid it this year.
Imagine working here for 3 days.
Oh, I know, and oh gosh, we are so sorry, but well done for getting through that. But yeah, that is my lame train this year.
Yeah.
Just the obnoxious yelling. Like, you don't need
Yeah.
to be that loud, friend. You don't need to be that loud.
And it clogs up the central
It can
hallway
sting you.
here, and
Yeah.
it's just I don't understand
Actually,
it.
you know what? Just to drive this home, PAX is full of geeks and nerds and people with social awkward behaviors and differences and difficulties. A lot of people here, I would assume, might have some kind of central auditory processing disorder or autism or sensory issues, and this shit is really not appropriate. So I'm actually going to change my lame train to that, because that's just making me a bit cranky now that I think about it.
Yep.
And as somebody who is a huge advocate for people with difficulties and differences, 100%, that is not cool.
Agree 100%. Who wants to roll into that love train, bring up that mood a little?
Love train. Okay, my love train for PAX so far has got to be the sea shanty panel last night.
Oh my gosh.
That is my love train.
That
was great.
That was
Oh yeah.
brilliant.
Oh, he
wasn't
got
it?
there. He was on stage.
Oh, I did see you up there.
Yeah.
I was outside.
To rescue him.
I was in the left section.
I saw you in the crowd. I was outside playing merchant again, selling the pins.
Yes.
And then eventually I packed out and wandered on in.
Oh man, it was so fun, right?
It was great. And the
Ian and
enforcers.
Joel and the boys. Oh yeah, all
enforcers
storming on
got out.
stage and singing
Doing
along.
the can.
There was whiskey involved and stomping
Yes.
of the stage, and
Yep.
it just felt like real pirates of
Yeah, and then also Luke Lancaster was there getting involved up on stage with everything as well, as was Zach. I sent Yug in there randomly, who was
Yep.
walking past. I was sitting there at the pins, and I saw Yug. I'm like, hey, Yug. And he looked over and I said, mate, sea shanties. And he went, yes. Walked in.
straight in. I like a yes man.
I convinced Bitstorm boys. We were sitting across the road getting a drink, and I'm like, you know what? We need to go into the sea shanties. And,
Oh, yeah.
we had a great time.
So cool. I never knew how much of a thing sea shanties.
I had no idea what the fuck it was. I thought I was just going to watch a show, but they're like, no, get up here and do it.
It
too.
was the most, I think, crowd involvement I've ever seen in PAX.
Oh, it's so
It was beautiful.
that like panel in itself was like what PAX is. There was a game in the background, but no one cared, and that's what I feel like PAX is. You know what I mean? Like it's there, the gaming's around,
Yes, it's all here.
but it's all about like just being together and stomping the ground and singing about pirates together. I loved it so much. That was my love train. And
Cool.
just,
my love train, to be corny, is just seeing all you again.
yo,
Just seeing all of you. Like, when you pulled up and you're running across the road with your arms out, it's like, oh, this is so great. And seeing, Sammy and Andrew and Paul and,
oh, legends.
just Magic Man as well. Magic Man and I got to spend the day on Friday together, which was amazing.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, I'm here on my own for the first time in 12 years without my wife, so I've never been this far away from her in that time.
Oh, so
We'll be back to you
did
soon.
kind of like what I did last year, coming by yourself.
Yeah, so I'm here all on my own, but I have never once been alone. I've always been with someone.
That's PAX. That's the magic.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It really is, and I was super anxious about being here on my own and being, I'm a very small lady. So
Buried in this giant.
yeah. People like tower over me, and if I'm in a crowd, it's just like try and look through legs to see where I'm going.
Yeah.
But that's my love train. My love is all of you.
Oh,
All of you.
Thank
Getting to
you,
see
thank
all
you.
again.
and yourself.
Mine is everything that happened at that panel yesterday.
Oh yeah, of
Panel.
course.
The four Sega guys who were incredible.
Wow.
The audience that showed up. PAX letting me, accepting the panel and letting me do it. Everything around that was fantastic. When I first came to PAX back in 2015, if someone said, in 2019 you'll be up on stage presenting a panel, I would have laughed at them.
Yeah,
and
right.
slapped them in the face once or twice and said, are you drunk? But yeah, it was an incredible experience. It was very humbling. It was so many emotions mixed into this one big barrel. and it was that's my love train this year. The
Yeah.
Sega Masters.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Likewise, man. That was really cool.
Cheers.
And Dad, when you listen at home, he did a really good job.
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
should have seen your boy up in there.
He was watching.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was all streamed.
Yes,
That's so
yes.
cool.
Yeah, well, you know him. He watches all my streams, listens to all our podcasts, even though he doesn't know what's going on. He just sits there and just does it because that's him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
You're an awesome dad.
at that.
Okay, guys, who's ready to get hyped?
Hype train.
Pew, 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 pew.
We normally have sound effects.
Yeah, I could add a minute. We could just go about voices. It's time for a bit of fun on episode 70. Ooh.
And all that kind of
Yeah.
enjoyment.
Yeah.
All right.
Who wants to crack in with the hype?
Hype train for me, there's obviously some next year things and doing it all over again, which is something I normally would go with, but actually my hype train coming up, looking forward to, is 20 minutes from now. I'm doing a live show at the PAX pub, and I never expected to be doing that, mic'd up with speakers and whatnot, and I've just been falling into one performance panel into the other and popping up everywhere at random because people just point and you can get on, and you and Callan fill in this bit, and it's just been so cool. And we just go like, yes, and they're okay, cool, you're in 3, 2, go. I'm like, hello and welcome to this on purpose segment, and I'm really excited to actually do something I'm used to, which is just playing music in a pub, but it's the PAX pub in the middle of the convention. It's going to be really fun, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Remember 2 years ago, that afternoon, and you, Twan, and I were just talking, and about stuff, and you're like, man, I would so love to do a gig here somehow.
Yes.
How would this ever come around? Well, it's happening.
Dreams coming true.
It's happening.
They really are. It's crazy, and that's a true story. Like 2 years ago, going, it's probably down the track. I don't know how I'll do it. I didn't know the answer was, I still don't know how. I just fell in, but it's great.
It's cool. You just roll with it, sir.
Yep,
Yeah.
whatever works.
You're really fucking talented, so they should be getting you up there.
Oh, thank you. You are kind. Hype train,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'm conflicted because my hype train is next PAX. Like I'm already thinking to myself.
The easy hype.
Oh no, but I mean,
I'm taking the piss. Please continue.
Yeah, no, it's the easy hype. Like when we came last year, it was kind of like, well, this will probably be my only PAX because I couldn't really afford it, and I fundraised for it and everything. And then I got given this fancy badge, and I was like, I'll make it happen. I'll do it. I don't think there's any question. I think I'm here next year.
I think you're part of the PAX family now.
Yeah, like I feel like they had the signs, welcome home, and this does feel like fucking home.
It hits you, hey.
It does.
I love it. And I love banner.png as well. That's that's a really good sign.
But yeah, no. To be completely honest, I'm hyped for next year, even though I'm still here right now. But to give a not so lame hype.
Oh no, that was not lame at all. But it's the feel
real.
free to keep the hype rolling.
I officially have jumped on board with the Inconsolables.
Yeah, nice.
So I am really, really hyped to be able to say, woo! I'm doing that now.
So nice that you're on the second best Australian gaming website. That's really cool. Podcast, I should say. That's really, no, congratulations.
To you.
Silver is really good. No, it's nice. No, I'm just playing. Those guys are magic.
They're amazing guys, and as are you. And I always love coming on GameTrain. But I think my hype is just getting to do all this cool fucking shit. Like I'm in an audio Technica booth doing a podcast. I've been pitched for another podcast. I've been talking about Tentacle Time with Bitstorm, and they're like, "Fuck yes, I want to do it." So next year, Tentacle Time's going to be on a panel. I'm going to make that happen.
Oh, yeah.
I've already started laying those tracks for you.
So, yeah, I'm just hyped to be a part of this and to be here and to do it all again next year.
That is really... Is your part of the hype also seeing your little face on the Inconsolables logo? Because that was really cool.
You like it?
I love it. It really works.
Have you guys rebranded the logo now?
Yeah, the logo's rebranded. We'll have to show you.
It was on the...
It was on the
post
AGPN.
for the panel event yesterday.
Welcome to my world at the moment, where I couldn't even paper with rock, scissors, thing.
I was just scrolling and went, hey, that looks like... Because I spent about 40 minutes to an hour making my own little Mrs LLante.
Yes,
So I
I
recognized
love
it when I
it.
saw it and went, oh, there's the things and the,
Yeah,
oh, I
the
think that
buttons.
she's not normally there. That's
Wait,
really cool.
Did they upload your image and use it?
No, no,
Oh,
no.
No, no, no,
right,
no.
right.
No,
I was
we,
about to go sue Mr. Semi-D's right there.
Yeah, no, Mavaro
very
did
in
some
brand.
art for us.
Yeah.
And then Sammy inconsolable it.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
there's a
so
new
good.
logo out.
Congratulations, podcaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're so fun, man.
What did Paul say on the panel this morning? He said 3 guys, a girl, and a podcast.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah. What's that a rip-off of?
I
Three
like
guys,
it.
a girl, and a
I was
going to
say everybody loves ramen, but anyway.
Wow.
Fair enough. But
You just did a Cal and you're so tired.
you did.
I'm messing with you both.
Yeah, what's your
yeah,
hype train friend?
Okay, I'm going to go with next year, but
Oh, the easy hype.
no, I have something in the works for next year already, which there's going to be a lot of planning and a lot of things that will have to come together for it to work. But I can't say any more at the moment, but I am planning another panel for next year already now.
Oh, he's got the fever. He's done the one and
Done the one.
he's hooked.
Yeah.
It's like getting your
So
first tattoo.
I'm hyped to start doing this because it's a big challenge, but I'm like, bugger it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's a tattoo parlor here. You should get like a
It's an
wax
airbrush.
for life.
Oh.
Yeah, well.
Oh,
Practice.
and also a random other thing, all the many hats I've worn.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys have been everywhere this weekend, and thank you. Thank you so much. You're
We-
doing amazing work.
We're here to help. So I've gone,
Easy. We got
I was supposed to come here, right, with generosity and just do some video editing stuff. That was supposed to be me. I've not edited a single frame of footage in 6 days
Yeah.
because I have been what have I been? I've been a host, I've been a presenter, I've been an usher, I've been a merchant, I have been
Singer?
A musician.
I've been a musician somehow. So
Oh, that's right. You got the little.
yeah,
You're doing the little.
yeah,
drums.
yeah. I sang with Carl the other day. I don't know how that happened,
But it happened.
I played guitar. Everything was going, and so it's been a bit of a wild ride for me. So yeah, no video editing for me here.
Yep. That's
And I think that was probably the best choice too.
Yeah.
I think it was because
so.
look, video editing is my day job. That's what I do for a living.
Yeah, you don't want to do that
So-
here.
Much better in front of the camera, you know.
Mm.
Try-
Quite easy on the eyes.
Try telling that to the journalists I work with.
Wow.
Oh, anyway, if any of you are out there. But yeah, are you guys ready to wrap the show up?
Sure.
And move on to Carl doing a gig and Kalgar going outside and dropping a bottle of orange juice on his head.
Estes is
What?
Estes.
Yep, so
Estes is
if you've
Estes.
seen his stream, he has this little Estes asbestos thing come up where this knight drops all this Estes. Estes is the healing potion in Dark Souls.
Right.
You know, Andrew's the king of Dark Souls.
Okay.
He finished the game by punching.
Wow.
Yep.
All 3 games and all all the DLC.
By punching.
By
No
punching.
weapons.
Yep. So he loves this gift. Everyone plays it in his stream to him all the time. And then someone was like, "Why don't you just do it?" And he's like, "Yes." And then he's like, "Oh, I'll just do it at home." And his girlfriend was like, "Just do it at home. Don't go to PAX and do it." I'm like, "Do it at PAX. Do it at PAX.
Do it at PAX. Do it at PAX. Do it at PAX. Do it at PAX.
Anyway,
do it at PAX.
he sent me a image this morning of orange juice, and me in my delirious state again looked at it and went, "I don't understand this. I think Andrew's keeping up the vitamin C." Okay, cool. And I just kept going with it, and then I bumped into him, and we're having a chat, and he's like, "Oh, at 2 o'clock, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I think Kyle's got a gig on or something." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, you do want to come out in the grass? We're just going to hang out." I'm like, "No, I'm just going to go watch Carl." And he's like, "Oh, you'll be able to see it streamed online." And I'm like, "You doing it?" "Nope, sorry, Carl, I've seen you perform. I've got to watch Andrew go drop a bottle of orange juice over his head, then I'll come watch you
I
perform."
think I'm going to come watch that. No.
No, I...
Leave the guitar where it is.
Oh,
Seems worth it.
well, yeah, let's roll into the station today, closing on PAX. Again, would like to thank Audio Technica for giving us the
Thank you.
time and the equipment here. They have some
Legends.
great microphones and headphones that we're using at the
equipment
moment.
is
It
amazing.
man.
sounds incredible. There is so much noise going on around us, and when it's not hype mode next door, I hardly noticed the buzz around us. It's
Good evening. It's nice.
good evening, sir.
Like, how good is that?
I would love this equipment at home.
Right?
Sponsor me.
Hashtag money goals. Let's just do it like that.
Yeah,
We don't need sponsors because we're going to rock this.
Ooh,
Rep it anyway.
okay.
It makes me sound really nice.
Nice.
But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to them and thank you to PAX and
Thank you.
all that other stuff that we keep thanking everyone for. But let's finish this up now. Mrs. L, where can everyone find you?
So you can find me spread across the wild world web.
Oh, I thought you were going to say magazine for a
like
second.
that. Oh,
Wow.
fucking hell.
Goodness
What kind of lady do you
gracious.
take me for?
I thought you were going to say toast. So mine was a bit more pure.
On toast. I didn't get invited onto the 69th episode, and this is how you treat me.
Oh.
So I'm Mrs LLante, LLante. You can find me on Twitter. That's where I post a lot of shit if you want to keep up with that. I'm on Twitch with the same username, and I run 2 recurring shows. I have Mrs LLante's Tentacle Time, which Callan has been a guest on, and Carl means to be a guest on.
And will be.
It's a comedy improv game show, like Whose Line Is It Anyway? Taking inspiration from that and Spicks and Specks. So there's singing, there's on-the-spot improv, there's animal noises. It's a whole lot of fun. We have a
I
lot
like
of fun
that.
with it.
You had me at animal noises.
Yep. I'll be watching that night with popcorn for sure.
The highlights are there if you want to catch up. I also do, I am doing visual novels. So we did I Love You, Colonel Sanders.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Live.
Did you see the I Love Colonel Sanders panel?
Oh my God.
It was wild.
Yeah, people were okay. You'll lose this here. People were donating on the generosity stream at the time. You know how a name comes up?
Yeah.
It was like 12 inches of chicken and stuff like that. And that's just one. That is just one that came up. It was out of control. Like I was
Nice.
sitting outside in the pins area again, and after the panel finished, 3 lads ran out and they're like, "Dude, did you see that?" I'm like, "See what?" And they're like, and they started going through all the names. I'm like, that is incredible. So we're going to go through and try and find those in the listing of donations.
Yeah,
have
definitely.
a bit of a giggle, but well done to the crowd on that. That is
Well
some
done.
top stuff.
But yeah, I like
good
to
cause.
I like to do sexy visual novels and work on my voice acting, so that's always fun. I'm also on the Inconsolables. Woo! So you can find them at libsyn.theinconsolables.au, I believe. I got to get my
You
shit
got to
right.
practice that one. That's
Yeah, don't worry
now.
until it just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
think
got
they're
it. That
on,
was pretty good.
They're on Stitcher and Apple and wherever you find your podcasts. I'm
All the
sure
fun
you can find
stuff.
Yes.
that. And
Definitely check them out. They are hilarious
Yeah.
and informative.
They are.
Magic.
They like to banter a lot.
Yeah,
You
and
guys
it's
are more
great.
down to earth and like get to the point where these guys just start talking about one thing and then all of a sudden it's a tangent which turns into a tangent.
And sometimes that's the best thing when you're driving and listening to a podcast. It's what, you know?
Fuck loot boxes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Amen.
thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for being here as a guest of us, and you will be guest and extended GameTrain family before Stevie Deej cuts off my balls because
He's very protective.
he is very protective. Like when I saw him the other day in the morning, he just came out and whispered to me, "Mrs. LLante is with us now," into my ear, and I'm like,
Love it.
and I'm like, yeah, man, that's cool. She's a person. She can do what she wants. Cool.
Yeah.
Wow, isn't that
I was
fun?
just like, don't fight, boys.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
don't
There's
lie.
a
Don't
lot
lie.
of Mrs. LLante to go around.
Okay.
Wow.
No paid
I'm just
sprays.
I'm going to turn around.
Turn.
Yeah. Your turn, Carl. Where can we find you on the Twitch?
You can find me all up in the place. You can find me on _lyrical on Twitch, and you can find me as just the lyrical on YouTube and Spotify and all the fun stuff, Instagram, Facebook. It's all just the lyrical, making music, doing some beatboxing, doing some random stuff, and just photos of my dog.
It's beautiful music.
Can you give me a quick beatbox through the headphones
I
here?
can
just
test them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's real
I'm
nice.
gonna take some of it. Doesn't sound like that on my mic, so sorry in advance. It's probably fake advertising.
And of course, you can find all GameTrain stuff at GameTrain something. Sorry, I'm just.
Doing a Callan.
I just did paper scissors rock again.
You just said the thing about hers. You had to.
Yeah,
after
I
that.
know because I got distracted by your throat noises.
Thank
the
you.
beatboxing just got you so moist.
Facebook.com/GameTrain Podcast.
Nailed it.
We're on Twitter at GameTrain Talk. We're on Instagram at GameTrain Podcast. I am now on Twitch at GameTrain Twitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
That's it.
And of course, iTunes, Spotify, Podbean. You know, we're around. Find us, listen, have some fun, get on board. We love new passengers.
Toot
Oh, yeah.
toot.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you.
All for listening to this episode 70 PAX special. This has been Game Train.
See you later. I almost dropped the F-bomb.
Probably not the best.
See you later,
wow.
fuckers.
Yeah.